Hello and welcome back to the dungeon. This is going to be a short video on how to use grenades, health boosters, and armor boosters within the game of Kill or Be Killed. So let's get started. Joe Matic here is a commando. He is about to make an assault move on his turn, giving him a total of 10 inches he can assault, which is the normal rules for all assaulting is your movement plus 10. So he can move straight up to here when he's making this assault. And just for standard rules, he would be able to make 2 close combat attacks with either his CCWs or his combat weapons, which most commandos use, or he can make 2 grenade attacks in close combat, and he would use his range combat when making those attacks. So he can move, make his 2 attacks. Let's say he has 2 close combat weapons, assault blades. He can make an attack with each assault blade. When those attacks are resolved, he can get his once per turn free item, which is you can either use a grenade, a health pack, or a health booster, or a armor booster. So let's say he hits with one of his assault blades and misses with the other. He would still have his third attack, which would be his free grenade. You would roll as if you were making a ranged combat attack, even though you're in close combat, because you're still technically throwing a grenade. And so the other option would be when he charges in, you can stop short, or you can still bring it in, and you can use grenades as part of your assault. So you could normally, if you're using just grenades as a weapon, their rate of fire is 2. So that means during one round, you can throw 2 grenades. But if you use your free equipment slot, you can use a grenade in that third slot. So Joe Matic here could make his assault and use 2 close combat weapons and a grenade, or use 2 grenades and then his free grenade. The second example here, we have Chris Kills. Chris Kills is a ranger, and he is going to run across using his 10-inch movement as a scout to move here. Now, as he's moving from here to here, he has the option of dropping a grenade as he leaves here. He would roll a ranged combat value to see if he hits. Then damage would be dealt normally, or when he's moving across his path of movement from point A to point B, he could drop a grenade here. And that is also basically considered the same action. You would still roll a range combat value to see if you can hit, and if you hit, it does damage. If there are multiple people clogged up, because the grenade is a template weapon, it would get both people if you roll to hit once and you take the highest cover value. And since there would be no cover value on any of these, then the person throwing the grenade or using the grenade would take no penalty to hit. Then we have this guy. And this is Bobby Blaster. Bobby Blaster has a grenade launcher, which is a weapon that allows you to take standard grenades and shoot them up to 18 inches. And like regular grenades, when you throw a grenade, you don't need line of sight, but any cover bonus is still applied. So if you can't see them at all, they would take a -10. So, for instance, if Bobby Blaster here shot his grenade launcher at Dangerous Dave over here, Bobby Blaster would only take a 5% negative modifier to hit. But if he shot at this guy, who is Freddy Ferocious, he would take a -10 to his normal shot. So if he's a ranger, like I just said, he would need a 40 or better to be able to hit Freddy here, but he would only need a 45 to hit Dangerous Dave. And so now we have the regular thrown option for grenades. Now, Dangerous Dave is sitting here. He can throw a grenade up to 6 inches. He has 2 grenades on his inventory right now. So he is going to take his 6-inch measurement. You always take your splash template and measure from the center. And he can throw it, and even though this character is out of range, the splash damage would still allow him to be able to throw the grenade and try and make a hit. This character right here would suffer no cover penalty to throwing it here. But he will throw his second one at this guy, Chris Kills here, and when he does so, the same rule applies. You measure it, and from there it just hits his base, but he does have cover. And since he can barely be seen, he's going to take the full -10 to his percentage to hit. So that's that. Now the final example is going to show how one can use health boosters and armor boosters during combat. So at the beginning of combat, Hunter Zed here had 2 health boosters and 1 armor booster. So when Freddy Ferocious here shot him as a free action for his turn, using his free item slot, he was able to take 1 of his health boosters and restore his health. So now it is his turn after he was assaulted. So he can now use his health booster and his remaining armor booster to restore up to 5 either health or armor, depending on the type of booster, with the basic boosters. And you can use as many of them as you want when it is your action during the round. So if you have 3 health boosters, you can use 3 health boosters on your round before you take your action. The only downside is that you cannot use health boosters or armor boosters to raise your base health or armor past the your starting value when you start every match. So yeah, that is a quick overview on how to use the grenades and health boosters in the game of Kill or Be Killed. Thank you, and I hope you have a good day.